Welcome everyone in this new live development video about building an auto battle game. In this video we're going to build up our actor pool manager. Let's go to our game system, no BB unit folder. Let's create a new blueprint class which is going to be an actor, and this is going to be called BB actor pooler. Let's open that up and let's create a new variable called how did we choose to be doing this? We're gonna have two maps. Okay, so this is gonna be pooled units, and we're gonna have, this is gonna be a map of BP unit class, and this is going to be an array of a structure which we don't have yet, so we're going to create it in our utils unit folder, blueprint structure, F units. Let's open that up and let's make that a BP units actor reference, and this is going to be an array. And so because we are forced to do this because we are in blueprints in C++, you will need to create a structure for that, but since we're in blueprints we have to. So like this, and we're going to duplicate that, and we're going to call this released units. Let's compile this, let's duplicate this once more, and we're going to have initial pool count, which is going to be a map of this with an integer. We're going to duplicate this and we're going to create two entry in here. We want like 40 combat units, or maybe like 40 for now. This is going to lag like a lot, and we're going to create like 40 units as well. So I think this is going to lag a lot, but we don't care for now. We're going to add over our BP unit, create a new variable called bpooled. Or are we gonna do this? Do we need this? I think we don't need this. If the unit is static, it means it is pooled, so we're gonna need a new entry in that. So this unit state is here, we're going to move that in the unit folder like this. We don't want that, we want the enumerator unit state, static, looking for target, fighting dead stunned. So I think, what is it gonna use? If it's static, it means it's pooled, and when it receives its name, it switches this from static to, no, I think we need another one which is going to be pooled, like this. We're going to add over our unit, hitting compile, save all, go back to our unit. Unit state is going to start pooled, like this. So on construction script is extract data from row. I think we don't want that, so if we delete this, is going to remove the visual representation of the unit, and in begin play we don't want to do this as well. So the unit is not going to be anything right now, so this is not going to work if we're doing this that way. But it doesn't matter. For now it doesn't matter. So if we hit play, it doesn't work anymore. We don't see our units. We can't interact with them. Oh yeah, we can. Oh yeah, because they're capsule collisions. Yeah, so that's fine. So we are actually interacting with our capsule and not the skeletal mesh, so this is working and we're happy about this. So units are no longer something, they are just nothing. So the actor pooler is actually going to create actor pool. we're going to call these pool actors, even if they are well, they are units, so yeah, we're going to be calling this actor even if they are units, because we're going to mix them up with the unit pool, game mechanic as game mechanic. So we're going to grab this and loop through the keys, and we're going to create a lot of actors. For loop, like this. We're going to loop through this, and we're going to find this value. So how much do we want them? From 1 to that, and we're going to spawn actor from class, but only if we want to check out if this is replicated. Does that replicate? If it does, we're going to create them. If it does not, we're going to create them. Only, I meant if it does, we're only going to create them if we are the server. If they're not, we won't care. We're going to hide all nodes we're not using, like this. What do we want to create? We want to create this. It's not going to have any name for now. We are going to always spawn them. Where are we going to spawn them? This is actually going to be like a variable. Pool location. For now, we're going to make that like, I don't know if that matters, since they won't have any visibility when they are pooled. So we're going to spawn them like this, and the unit is actually going to call something in construction script. Is going to call set unit state pooled. So we're going to add over our combat unit. Yeah, so it's not going to be calling this, since this is going to be called. But yeah, I think we want to get rid of this. Yeah, we want to cut that. Override set unit state. Paste that here. Grab that, and actually we don't want that right now. We want to cut that once more. Add over our units, and set unit state, we want to add a boolean called state changed for now, and the combat unit is going to override this set unit state. We want to be calling the parent, and we want to put that in here. And in any case, I think we want to be calling, yeah, the return value like this. And in here we want to be calling this, and we want to go back here, see where this was called, and call instead set unit state. So when are we calling this? Revive, and this is actually no longer called, but I think so they are gonna be static when they spawn before we activate their AI, and they are going to be static when they are on the bench, shop, and local fight zone. They are going to be looking for targets when the fight begins. So if we revive them using a spell, they are going to be looking for targets. So yeah, this is actually when they get out of pool. So I think we don't want that function anymore for now. If we hit play, do we have an error? No, we don't. So we're fine with this. So let's set unit state dead. So I think it doesn't do anything for now, but we're sure we're gonna be tied to that event. Start combat, looking for targets. Where are we calling this? No, we're no longer calling this. We're just gonna remove this for now. Start combat. Like this. Set unit state dead. Set unit state. So if we move that unit from the state, we're gonna switch on the state. We're moving the unit to. And if we are moving to the static state, it means we moved the unit from the pool to a grid, which means we'll have to set to extract data from row. And for now we're just gonna do this. We're gonna get rid of this and pull that here. But for now units don't know they've been pulled. So units are pulled. If we hit play, we are still creating the units from scratch, so they are still there. Oh yeah, we will once again have the square bug. So I think we might be doing a video where we remove that bug. So yeah, this still works. So it doesn't matter for now. So the actor pooler is actually creating all these units at the beginning of the game without anything. Well, they actually have this, but I think it doesn't matter. We'll see. So what happens if we drag and drop an actor pooler on the map? So we don't care where this is. We're going to move that 0, 0, 0 and put that in system. So I think we're going to lag a lot. We didn't. So that's actually good news. And did it create the units? Well, it did not, I think. Because we're never calling that function, create actor pool. Did it create the units? Yep, it did. But we only have BP unit, we don't have combat units. And I'm not even sure. So we add errors. So it did create combat unit, but it tried to set its unit state. So first off, we want to get rid of that function, set AI state. We're no longer calling this. And I'm having a hard time figuring out. So maybe this is being called. We're just gonna get rid of this for now. What happens if we hit play? Do we still have these errors? Yeah, we do. So I'm guessing that this is being called in the enemy controller or something like this. Oh yeah, okay. So we're telling them to go in the pooled, and we only want to modify this if the unit state is not equal. We only want to be calling this based on the based on that logic. So only if it's looking for target fighting, well, actually fighting. I think we're never gonna use that. This, if it's dead, if it's stunned, and we don't want to plug that here, and we only want, so we want to plug that in here, plug that here, and only if we're setting this AI unit state, we're going to be calling the set value, because we don't want to be calling any logic on our pooled units. So we still have our units there, but I'm not sure how to make sure we do have enough units. So if we unplug this, how many units do we have here? 563. And if we plug this, yeah, we have 40 more units, which corresponds to the amount of units we set here. How much did I say? We should dive 523, and I think it wasn't the right amount. It's not the right amount. It should be creating 80 units. So we are looping through all of the class we have. Maybe because it's showing it's quite strange. We're gonna do something real easy. We're going to add we're going to build utility function to do this because it's going to be tired. Put actor in pool, and I think it's gonna take, no it's not, it's just going to take BP unit in units, and it's gonna pool, this is just gonna be called pool actor. We're gonna promote that, temp units, add, find, get class default, get class, like this. We're gonna break, we're gonna promote our, we're gonna set our temp units to that value. So this is why it's kinda boring to do this in Blueprint, but it doesn't matter. And I think we actually want this to be a function called set actor map, new item target map object. We want that. We don't want object. We want to get rid of object. We want to go back here because we're going to do the exact same thing for the when we release an actor, and we actually want to we want to return that unit class. New array, new units, and target map is gonna be fine. So yeah, we want to create the local variable. we want to get rid of that local variable here, we want to pull that in here, we want to compile like this. So when we create an actor, we're going to pull this actor, and once this is complete, we're going to print the amount of actor we have. Oh yeah, we can be doing this like this. Oh, it doesn't really matter. I think we'll just say something like this, and we should be seeing 40. Yep. So it seems to be working. We seems to have 40 units here, regardless of the scene outliner. So we have these units here, and we need to be using them with the grid. So grids are going to have a reference to the actor pooler, which is going to be a reference, and we're going to promote that to a variable. Yeah, this is indeed going to be pure, not a local variable, a real one, like this. And if this is not valid, we're going to find it. Get actor of class. Oh, actually, can the actor pooler tell the grid? No, we're going to be doing this like this. This might be ugly, and we might be doing this differently afterwards, but for now, it's for the best. So we want to grab a copy of the one we want to store it into a variable, and we want to return it, like we've done for many other variables. So the grid, when it wants to spawn a unit, it's actually not going to be calling that. It's going to grab the reference to the actor pooler, and it's going to ask for, to spawn unit, I guess, or actually to find available actor, find pooled actor, so we want to get rid of this for now. We want to grab our grid, find pooled actor, find actor. Yeah, not pooled like this. I'm always doing the error. And in here as well. So we want to give the actor the class, and I guess the name. Yep. So we want a unit, but we don't want an actor reference. We want the class, and we want the name of the unit. Like this. And I think, yeah, we also want the transform. So this is actually going to replace our spawn actor node wherever we want to spawn units. So like that. So how do we want to proceed now? We want to find anyone here. Do we have units? If we don't have any units, we're going to call a function for now, create more pooled actors, but we don't want to build the logic. We'll see how it goes. because I think we're going to find a way to handle that case, which to make sure this never happens. We need more actors pool. We need more actor pool like this. So if we still have someone here, so I think release actor actually do this. So we'll just make a bit of order here. Create actor pool. This is going to be setup or initialization. Pool actor, release actor is actually going to be handling the maps. Set actor map is actually going to be add actor to map, and we're going to have remove actor to map. This is actually going to be pool. Pool actor is actually going to be called release actor. So create actor from pool. We're going to remove this and be calling release actor. When we release an actor, it's going to return to the pool of actors, and this is going to be called used actor. We're going to get rid of that logic. When we release an actor, we'll be adding him to the list of pooled actors like this. This is going to be called use actor. Create more pooled actor. For now, we're just going to put that in initialization. Go back to use actor. And we're going to need a new function called find unused actor. Well, actually no. We're just going to say remove actor from map, and we're going to grab the first copy of that, promote that to a variable called, not a variable, a temporary variable. Yep. Temp chosen, temp pooled units. Sorry. Like this, and we want to remove that unit from the pool of pool units, pooled actors, and we want to add to the used actor map. We want to add that guy, so we want to check what we're doing here. So we don't want to add to that array here, we want to remove to that array. From that array, like this. Can we pass that by reference? Yeah, we can. So that this means we can actually set we can actually add we can actually do the modification here like this. I think it means we can do this. So what do we want to add here? We want to add to that map and we want to add this, and I think we can get rid of that. So this is gonna throw here errors here, and we want to get rid of this. We want to hit compile, save. So when we're using an actor, we're doing this way. And it means we need to set the name of that unit in here, because it means, yep, like this. And we want to teleport it. Get location. And I think so it's gonna call this. So what does it do right now? So right now nothing works. So why nothing works? What happens if we're only one? So this is an interesting bug that we're having here. So we changed nothing about that, but it's teleporting. Oh yeah, so we moved it, and now we don't no longer have the error. So we want to move our battlefields as well, I think, which is quite strange. If we're hitting play, we no longer have the offset bug, but we don't have any. So we have else bar there because units are being pooled. Units are below are created here. That's why we are having else bars, and we don't want that. And it's crying. It's yelling at us. We need more actor in pool. So first off, we need to disable the unit else bar when they are being pooled. So set unit state. If it's pooled, we want to set the visibility to nothing, like this. Or we're not propagating this to children. So I think we want that. So yeah, we no longer see our units. And I think we want to do this the other way around when we're being sent to the static mode. So it cannot create, the grid failed to create, the actor pool says we don't have units here, and I think it just comes from our initialization here. This fails. This actually fails. We want to get rid of pass by reference in the new unit here. I think this actually fails. To be sure, we're going to do this. We're going to copy this and paste that in here, and we'll return that array and that class and use them here just to be sure. Okay, so this is not the issue. Oh, is that the issue, the pass by reference? I don't think it is. Yeah, it shouldn't come from that. So we are adding an actor to the pooled actor. So we are finding and breaking. So this should return nothing, and we are adding that actor here to the temporary list of units, and yeah, we should be returning this. So we have a wolf rider, a mage. So this is quite interesting, but we're starting to progress here. So we just need to, let's not use that to see if it works the same way it did. Yeah, yeah. So we can get rid of this, that's the good news, and we don't need to return these values anymore, no longer. So what's happening there? We're actually using the actor here, and we're telling the units its name, which means the unit received that information, but replicated initial only. So we don't want that. We want rep notify. We want none here. And when this is being modified, we want to find unit row, extract data from row when the name changes, and not when the unit goes static. So actually we even want to call this only, we want to be calling this, yeah, we do want this here. It's just that in here we want to set unit state to static when we receive our name. It means our units have been initialized, so the unit goes static. It extracts its data from row. So this is going to be pool, this is going to be static. Are we calling this elsewhere? On this, the unit is going to be dead. We're fine. So we have stuff here, but it doesn't seem to be working still. So we are, I think we are indeed receiving that event. We're not even receiving the event, and I guess that's because the unit is not actually replicated. I'm curious to see if we are receiving the event when it comes to... Oh yeah, we can't start the combat phase because we don't have 2 players. I'm wondering if we are receiving the event for the combat units, which will mean we're not receiving rep notify event from non-replicated units, which should sound logical. So we're not receiving anything, and units are not appearing there. So yeah, that's not really a surprise. So the unit is there. We'll just restart the editor real quick. We're going to remove extra squares if we have, but we don't. So what does it say now? Oh yeah. So this was, so first this was definitely, so we definitely had to restart our editor. So we have two mages, but we don't have other units. And what happens if we go to fight? Nothing happens. I guess I know why, but we'll see that afterwards. First off, let's fix up that error. So when I drop the units, it's switching. So we only want to be calling this when we have our name, and we only want to be calling this. So we are indeed only calling this when we have our name. But I guess this is actually being called right away before we set the name. So are we using this? We shouldn't be using this. Yeah, we're not. So when the name changes, it means we used the units. So now is it called? Now that is it being called? Yeah, it is, and it's in here as well. But we don't have the proper data from row because I just want to check something in the square. So the units should only be recording to the square when its name has been set. And in order to do this, it's actually quite easy. Find square is only being called when, so we want to enable and disable this when we need to. So when we set the unit state, when the unit is going static, we actually want to enable this. No, that's when we actually, yeah. So when we actually overlap, we want to find our square, so that's fine. So we don't want that here, we want that in the find square, in here. And we only want to find square if we have if we are not pooled. So if the unit is not pooled, so when we teleport the unit, it's gonna trigger this, and if the unit already has its name, this means it's no longer pooled, because when we receive this we tell the unit that it's static, and we're storing this. But in here, and we have our name, But if we don't have an initial square here, we want to record to our square. So it's even less working. And I'm wondering why we only have one mage. But that's for another time. The first problem is, why are we white? We shouldn't be white. We are white because and it's refreshing our unit skin when we drop him, and I'm wondering why. Stop moving unit, set hosted unit, set drag state. We're modifying this, yeah, it doesn't matter. And it even changes its team color. Oh yeah, they are not even combat units, they are actually just units. So yeah, I'm wondering why I feel like this is being called when I don't want it. I guess that's because this is being called. Maybe we're modifying the name of the units when we drop it, but I don't think we are. I just want to make sure everything comes from this. So we initially have a ranger, which is not possible, and it's located at the proper so I guess ranger is the base name in the unit. Not even. Oh yeah, I guess maybe we're calling, so we're just gonna get rid of this real quick. Because we shouldn't need this. So the actor pooler is actually modifying that name, but we want that. So this is the only place we're modifying the unit name. But yet the unit doesn't have, it's called Ranger by default, but doesn't even have a Ranger skin. And then it's a mage. And what are we doing on the bench? We're actually creating several units, but only the mage is being created. What if we empty this and say we only want footmen? So it doesn't like it at all. and I'm wondering why. So what if we are asking for a mage? So we have the proper units, but they clearly don't have the proper color or anything like this. So we have a knight. I think I'm starting to understand what's not working here regarding the amount of units being created. When we have only one unit, it's not working. When we have several, it is. So yeah. So this video is starting to get a bit long, so I'm going to wrap it up for now, and I'm going to check out on my own what is not working, and we'll step up together to fix the issue. Hope you guys enjoyed that video, and hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.